welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having an awesome day today. So in today's video, as you can tell by the title, today we are going to be talking about things we wish we knew before we got tattooed. Now, I recently did a video very similar to this, but with piercings, things we wish we knew before we got piercings, and now we're following it up with kind of the same outline, but with tattoos instead. I love body modifications. I have been getting modifications since I was 18 years old, and tattoos and piercings are a really big part of my life. I love getting them, I love looking at them, I love talking about them, and I love doing videos about them on my channel. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I asked you guys a while ago on my Instagram to give me some of the things that you wish you knew before you started getting tattoos, and I have some of the responses here. I am going to be keeping everyone anonymous, just in case, so we're just going to go over some of them. Really quickly, I just want to say that this is not my own original video idea. I saw a video very similar to this being done by a YouTuber by the name of Cell. She is a YouTuber here on YouTube, obviously, and she is also a tattoo apprentice, and she did a video like this, and that's kind of where I got the idea to do something similar, just so I could see what you guys, what my followers, what my subscribers had to say. So this is not an original video idea that I came up with off the top of my head. It's something that I saw while scrolling her channel and wanted to do it here on my channel. So I don't know if Cell created this specific video, or if she got it from someone else, but regardless, I just wanted to give credit where credit is due. So yeah, we are gonna jump right into this. I don't know how long we're gonna make this video. I'm just gonna read some of them and we'll just see how long it goes. So let's see what you guys had to say about things you wish you knew before getting tattooed. Let's go. The first one is, I wish I knew not to get tattooed before a vacation. You can't swim or be in the sun. Yes, absolutely. I totally agree with that, because you don't really think about it, because when it comes to body modifications like tattoos or piercings, you only think about the excitement of getting them. You don't really think logically about when would be a good time in the year to get it. So I totally agree with that. I wish I knew that they don't really hurt. What? Oh my God, tattoos hurt like a bitch. What? Holy cow. I remember when I started getting tattooed, my pain tolerance was so much higher when I was younger, and the older I get, the more tattoos I get as I'm getting older, they hurt so bad. Getting a tattoo is fun and the experience of it is fun, but the pain sometimes is absolutely unbearable. Tattoos totally hurt. I don't agree with that one. I wish I knew that finger tattoos will heal like shit and won't look like they were when they were first done. Yes, a lot of people, and this goes along the same lines as fine line tattoos. I know fine line tattoos have become such a trend lately, and I freaking hate them. So when you get a tattoo on your hand, okay, perfect example right here, hand, okay? When you get a tattoo on your hand or on your fingers, the one thing we use every day as human beings are our hands and our fingers to grab things, to text, to wash, to do things, heavy things, And when you get a tattoo in that delicate area, the skin is not going to hold that ink. That tattoo is not going to hold its integrity over time. And it doesn't matter if you go to the best or the most expensive tattoo artist. It's just how it is. It's just how human skin is. So if you are really wanting to get a finger tattoo or a hand tattoo, please make sure that you're getting something that isn't going to look like a black blob in 2 years. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with fine line tattoos. I honestly hate that tattoo artists are doing fine line tattoos, because when you first get a tattoo, right, and it has those really, really fine lines, when you first get it, it looks beautiful. It looks phenomenal. You're like, oh my gosh, this is a literal piece of delicate art on my body forever. But what people don't realize is when you first get a tattoo, that's not necessarily how that tattoo is going to look, okay? It has to heal, to swell, bleed, peel. Then over time, with just wear and tear on the body, aging, sun, soap, water, swimming, salt water, that tattoo is going to change over time. The tattoo is going to change with your body, and those really fine lines that you thought were so trendy and cute are going to blow out. Okay, it's just what happens. It's not a bad thing. That doesn't mean you got a shitty tattoo. That doesn't mean your artist is shitty. It's just what happens. And those finger tattoos, hand tattoos, fine line tattoos look like big black blobs as you get older. They never look how they were when you first got them done. And this is just my opinion. I don't know like scientifically, but in my opinion, if you want to get a tattoo style that is going to last you and is going to stand the test of time, American traditional, I feel, is the best way to go if you want your tattoos to really stay. I feel like every American traditional tattoo I've seen has always held up through the test of time, but anything on like the fingers or the hands or the fine line tattoos, I would honestly advise against it. Like I have 2 hand tattoos and they look very different from when they were first done. So yes, I agree with that. And please, for the love of God, stop getting fine line tattoos. Someone said, I wish I knew just how unbearable the itchy stage is. Oh, holy crap, yes. Oh my gosh, I will never forget it. When I got my first tattoo, which was this one on my forearm, this one has since been reworked, but the first tattoo I ever got was on my forearm, and you know, it was my first tattoo. I didn't know what to expect, and you know, it really hurt after. It felt like a big bruise after, and then it started to get itchy. I had no idea that tattoos itch while they're healing. I had no idea. So I was like, what the hell is this? And it really is unbearable with how itchy it gets. Like sometimes it gets so itchy to the point where you want to consider just rubbing sandpaper on it because it itches so bad. Like I think one of the itchiest tattoos I ever had was when I got this reworked, my whole upper arm reworked for like the 3rd time. Wow, this one was so itchy. So yes, I agree with you. The itching stage of a tattoo is honestly sometimes unbearable. Oh my gosh, okay. Someone said, I wish I knew that my color tattoo doesn't always match the color that I'm wearing, and that bugs me. Yes. So this is something I have actually really struggled with as I get older, and when it comes to the way I dress with tattoos, because I feel like tattoos, you know, I don't really know how else, like a better way to say it, but they give you a certain look, right? So when you're going to, and depending on what kind of tattoos you have, obviously, like I have shark teeth, I have birds, bats, tigers, flowers, like I have a little bit of everything going on here. So when it comes to dressing nice for an event, or if I'm going to be in a wedding and I have to wear a really nice dress, sometimes my tattoos will throw off that outfit and make it look a little bit weird and doesn't really match, and it just looks off. So I totally agree with that. So I get what you're saying, and I think a lot of people can relate to this. So I feel like nowadays I almost dress in a way that is going to be flattering to my tattoos. I wish I knew how often I would get stopped and have to explain them or what they mean in public. It gets repetitive. Yes, oh my gosh. So it's kind of a catch-22 with tattoos, right? So I get tattoos because I like them. I get tattoos because I want them. I get them for me, okay? I don't like when attention is on me, which is kind of weird to say because I'm a YouTuber, but I don't like when people are paying attention to me. I don't like being the center of attention. I'm very introverted. I just don't really like to converse with people, and it is really weird, especially in the warmer months when I'm wearing shorts or tank tops and you can see more of my tattoos and people stop you like, oh my god, I love your tattoos, where'd you get them, what's that one mean, oh, when did you get this one, oh my god, that one's cool. It's just like, it's constant. It is constant. Oh my gosh. And sometimes I wish I could just like put on an invisible blanket so people don't have to see them, because it definitely does get repetitive. The top 3 questions I get is, where did you get your sleeve done? And where did you get your Chucky and Michael Myers portrait? Those are the top questions I get all the time. Or of course the cliche, did that hurt? Like, yes, bitch, it hurt. I wish I knew how addictive it is. Oh, yeah, so tattoos are so incredibly addictive. Like, you always hear the saying, they're like potato chips. You can never just have one. Now, there are people out there who do just get one and done. Like my mom, for example. My mom has 1 tattoo. She has a little tiny rose on the back of her shoulder. That's her only tattoo. My sister has 3 tattoos, and she's done, I think. So it's like some people it is one and done, but then there's people like me and probably like you, where it's like you get one and you're already planning your next 5. And then it was like on a monthly basis I was going and getting new tattoos. So they're definitely addictive, but the only thing I will say from experience is make sure that what you want is what you want, because I don't think I need to say this, but tattoos are permanent, okay? So just make sure you're making your decisions wisely. Yeah. I'm having a Red Bull today. How weird is that? I wish I knew how bad you can swell with leg tattoos and how badly they itch. Yeah, I have a story. So we already talked about the itching. Yeah, okay. The itching is insane. But how bad your legs can swell with leg tattoos, absolutely 110%. So my Michael Myers portrait on my leg right here, I got that one done in one sitting. I think it was about 7 hours of tattooing. And I went home and I was very, very sore. I was very tired, because what a lot of people don't realize with tattoos, especially big, intricate tattoos with a lot of color packing, a lot of black, is your body is going through shock, basically. You're shocking your body. So sometimes after you get a tattoo, you'll experience like a tattoo hangover where you'll almost feel sick, tired, very worn out. So I was feeling like that after my Michael Myers portrait, okay? The next day, I had to get up and go to work, thinking I would be fine, just a little bit sore. And this was during a time when I had to walk to work because I didn't have a vehicle. So I would wake up really early and walk to work. So I got up, my alarm went off, and I got up in the morning, okay? I could feel that my tattoo was dry. This was before Sanoderm. Like, okay, I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna wash it, moisturize it, and I'm gonna go to work. So I sit up in bed and I put my feet on the floor and I go to stand up. And I'm not kidding you guys, I fell to the floor. I was in so much pain. I literally stood up and fell to the floor because my leg tattoo, my Michael Myers portrait, hurt so bad, and my leg swelled up to about twice the size. It was absolutely insane. And the whole walk to work, I was limping. Like, you would think I hurt myself. You would think I broke my ankle or something with how much I was limping. It was the most insane, crazy experience. I've never had a tattoo swell quite that bad before. I mean, my foot tattoo swelled quite a bit, but my Michael Myers portrait, that is something I will never, ever, ever forget. I've never had a tattoo knock me on my ass before, but literally standing up to go walk to the bathroom, I fell to the ground. Like, just the most crazy experience. So someone said, I wish I knew the aftershock of them. Yeah, so I kind of just talked about that a little bit with like the tattoo hangover. Like I said, you're putting your body through trauma, you're putting your body through shock, and you're awake for the whole thing, okay? So while this tattoo is happening, you're sitting there, you're taking it, it's fine, even though you're screaming obscenities in your head because of how bad it hurts. It's what's going on inside your body where afterwards you do almost feel like you're in an aftershock, or like you're hungover or you're sick. I wish I knew to bring a blanket and dress in comfy layers. Absolutely. So when I first started getting tattooed, I wanted to look cute. I wanted to be stylish because I'm like, I'm getting a tattoo. I want to look my best. Not anymore, bitch. Here's my routine when I know I'm getting a tattoo. I will take a shower before. I will shave the area that I know is getting tattooed, just to be nice and save the artist some time. I will get out of the shower. I will get all nice and comfy cozy. I'll wear some sweatpants and bring a blankie and a sweatshirt. I will put my hair up, no makeup. I will grab a snack and a huge bottle of water, and I go to my tattoo appointment. I don't give a flying F how I look when I walk into that tattoo shop, because I know I'm gonna be in pain. I wanna be comfortable. Before, I would be like, I need to put on a full face of makeup. I need to do my hair. I need to wear my cutest little thotty outfit so I can go get my tattoo. No. I wish I knew that not every tattoo artist can do what you want, and cover-ups hurt worse than the original. Oh yeah. So cover-ups definitely do hurt worse than the original. I experienced this several times with mine, and the reason for that is because when you get a tattoo, that is now scarred into your body. That is scar tissue. I actually have quite a few spots up here that are now keloided because this area has been worked over so much, so there is scar tissue there. When you're getting a tattoo over top of that scar tissue, the skin is a little bit more sensitive. It's going to tear easier, it's going to hurt more. So cover-ups definitely do hurt way more than getting an original tattoo. And then the not every tattoo artist can do what you want. Absolutely. And this is where you need to be accountable for yourself. This is where you need to do your research. This is where you need to talk and ask questions. And this is where you need to find a good artist who's going to be honest with you. There are many tattoo artists out there. A lot of them are very versatile. They can do realism, black and gray, color, American traditional, Japanese, new school, anything like that, right? There's a lot of artists who are very versatile, but there are also artists who have strengths in one category and not so much in another, and that is totally okay. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. If you have primarily black and gray tattoos, for example, and you decide, I want to get my first color tattoo, or you know that your artist isn't strong in those attributes, then that's when you need to find someone who is, because not every artist can do everything, you know what I mean? So that's when you need to talk to your artist. Say, hey, I'm thinking I want to do something different. Can you do this? Do you have examples of this work? Do you have a recommendation of someone who can do this? And that's where there's a difference between good and bad tattoo artists, is you will have tattoo artists that will be honest with you and they will say, you know, that's awesome, but I don't feel confident in that style and I don't want to do that. Or you'll have tattoo artists that know they can't do it, but they will lie to you and say that they can do it, and then you end up leaving with a botched ass tattoo. Not every artist can do everything, and that's totally okay. That's not a bad thing, but that's where you really need to be like asking questions and holding yourself and your artist accountable. I wish I knew to get the price beforehand to make sure you have enough cash on you. 100%, especially way back in the day, a lot of tattoo artists were cash only and they weren't taking like debit or credit cards or anything. So and still to this day, I'm such a stickler on that. I always make sure I have access to an ATM if I need one, or I make sure I withdraw enough cash. I make sure I speak to the artist to make sure that I bring enough with me. Not getting tattoos on your stomach until after you're done having kids. Okay. So I can't really speak too much on this because I don't have kids. I've never experienced going through a pregnancy and recovering from a pregnancy. I have heard that when women get tattoos on their stomach and then they get pregnant and they get really, really big, and then they don't fully shrink back down to the size they were before, the tattoos don't look the same. So I mean, me personally, I would only get tattoos on my stomach, like where your stomach stretches when you're pregnant, if I knew I was either never going to have kids or if I had one and I was done. Because that is a big fear of mine, is my tattoos stretching and not looking good anymore. I don't know if any of you can shed some light on that if you've ever had kids before. Someone said, I wish I knew there are so many different ways to heal a tattoo, and every artist will tell you something slightly different. That is very true. Some will tell you, don't wash it, wash it. Some will say A&D. Some will say, don't use A&D. Some will say use Tegaderm and Sanoderm. Some will say, don't use that. So it's very different. Basically, what I do nowadays is I do the Tegaderm and Sanoderm route, which is basically once you get the tattoo, you get a piece of Sanoderm over the tattoo. 24 hours later, you take it off, wash it, dry it really good, put a fresh piece of Tegaderm on the tattoo for the next 5 to 7 days, peel it off and moisturize it with Lubriderm for another few days, and you're done. That is my personal favorite way to heal tattoos nowadays. Back in the day, it was washing it with antibacterial soap and putting A&D on it. I much prefer the Tegaderm route now, for sure. Someone said, I wish I knew that they're permanent. Girl, what do you mean? You can't tell me you didn't know that they weren't permanent before. What? Oh no. Oh no. I wish I knew that when you get a tattoo and the sun hits your skin, it feels like your skin is on fire. Oh my gosh, yes. Whenever I go to the beach, my right arm significantly feels hotter than this arm. Like, I mean, I have tattoos on this arm, but this arm, oh my gosh, I swear it's like 20 degrees hotter in the sun compared to this one. It's the craziest thing. Wow. Someone says that I would regret some of them after a few years. That makes me really sad. I mean, tattoo regret is a really big thing because sometimes when you get tattoos when you're younger and as you get older, you kind of grow out of that style or that meaning of that tattoo at the time. But honestly, I have found that going through life with regrets is such a waste of time because we're only here for a short amount of time. So whenever I look at a tattoo and I'm like, not really feeling that much anymore. I will either find a way to rework it by either getting added to it or covered up or something, or I just live with it. Like, I have a few tattoos where I'm not like over the moon about, but I don't regret them because I just don't have time for that shit. Like, they're there. It is what it is. It's a story. It's a story time. You know, it's a conversation starter. So I just learned to live with it. I am not someone who will ever get tattoo removal. I find it to be a waste of time, money, and extremely painful. I very much just either live with them and deal with it or add to them or cover it up. But yeah, tattoo regret is definitely real, and that makes me really sad for you. I hope you can, you know, find a way to either have it fixed or removed or something. Someone said, I wish I knew the amount of creepy old men giving their stance on how unattractive tattoos make me. Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah. You know what's funny about that though is 9 out of 10 times those creepy old men who say that your tattoos are ugly deep down have a kink for girls with tattoos, okay? I'm just gonna to be honest with you right there. My favorite thing is like when someone says, oh my god, all those tattoos. I could never. And I'll just look down like, you know, like if they point at my leg or something, I like look down and I'm like, oh, okay, thank God. And then they'll be like, what? And I'm like, oh, I was just making sure that my leg was still attached to me and not you. No, it's not on your body. It's not your problem. Keep your fucking opinions to yourself, lady. Someone said, I wish I knew about crusties. Crusties? I hope you mean peeling. Your tattoo should peel, it shouldn't crust. Okay guys, and those are all of the things that we wish we knew before getting tattoos that I'm going to answer for this video. I feel like this one was a little bit longer than the piercing one. This one was a lot of fun to do. I had a lot of fun reading your answers and what you guys thought. I agreed with most of them. Like, that was pretty crazy. Except the crazy people who say tattoos don't hurt. Girl, what? Tattoos hurt. If you have anything that you want to add to it, please let me know down in the comments. If you guys did enjoy this video, please go down and give it a huge thumbs up. If you are new to my channel, please make sure you go down and hit that red subscribe button. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss out on any future videos from me. But as the rest of you, I love you guys so very much. Thank you for being here. I will see you guys very soon in my next video. I love you guys. Bye. Mwah.